Welcome to Gold Derby. I'm senior editor Denton Davidson here with Ashley Parker Angel, formerly known as S'more on The Masked Singer. Ashley, you were unmasked last night and for the whole world to see. What was it like standing up there and getting voted off? Were you a little upset about that?
You got to be a little bit upset that you didn't get to the next round because I think you start getting competitive, right? You make it through four performances. I was ready to go through, but I also feel I'm rooting for my group, Cow and Gazelle. I think it's going to be one of those two that win. I think there's so much talent on the show in season 10 that as disappointed as I was to not go further, it was a huge honor and privilege to be the s'more on season 10.
You did have a great group. They used the Ding Dongs Keep It On Bell. And when you're up there, do you have any ideas like swirling through your head who you're singing against?
You do start to have ideas, and they do such an amazing job keeping it a secret that you can't crack the code for the life of you because everybody's kept so secret backstage. It's like a CIA level secrecy that goes on. Nobody's called by their name, everybody's called by their character name. Even when you get unmasked, you have to put a big visor on and wear gloves, and you're just in hiding. So you're kind of like a member of the audience. You're trying to figure out this guessing game along with everyone else, and you really have no idea, even though you're also a performer on the show.
What were your thoughts when you first saw S'more? What did you think about that costume?
I feel like the s'more chose me. I feel like we melted together. He spoke to me, and I lucked out because it's a collaborative process. But being that I grew up making s'mores, I grew up in Northern California, redwood forests, camping, making forts, and just always making s'mores. It was kind of the perfect thing. I'm a huge chocolate fan, and when I got to see the costume and I walked in the room, I was blown away by the artistry of the s'more costume itself. They did such an amazing job with the marshmallow legs and the fire boots and this graham cracker body and this like chocolate feather coming off the graham cracker hat. It was a beautiful costume, and so much talent involved in making that costume. I was really happy to be able to bring the s'more to life.
And for Disco Night, you sang That's the Way I Like It by Casey and the Sunshine Band. You're a musician, so I know there's a lot of songs probably swirling through your head. What went through your head when you were going through the song selection process each week for this show?
Well, I first and foremost, I wanted it to feel fun. I wanted to pick crowd favorites. For me, that's the way I like it. It's like my all-time favorite disco song ever. With Slow Hands, doing a song by Niall from One Direction was kind of a cool nod back to my boy band past, being in O-Town. Everybody always said Niall looked like he could be my younger brother. So I thought that was kind of a fun nod to the boy band years. Huge Maroon 5 fan, and they were also label mates. So we were signed to the same label and loved all their stuff. And then with Hey There Delilah, I got to do just a little bit more of a soulful serenade. And I was always looking for opportunities to maybe interact with the judges. So it was my idea to kind of start serenading Nicole a few times and to go over and kind of interact with the judges, playing with the lyrics, to sing to Ken and to sing to Nicole. And just wanted primarily the song choices to feel really fun and have it just be a really feel good performance overall.
And the panelists were on the right track. And then Jenny nailed it. I mean, she was the one that got you. And Robin guessed Kevin Richardson even after you told him you'd been at his house. Um,
Yes.
I want to know what happened at Robin Thicke's house. What party were you at?
There was a couple of them, and even some songwriting sessions, actually, because he had a studio in his house. So there's a lot of artists that always were going through Robin's house, including some house parties. But I think he still didn't get it. I was surprised, but it's got to be the clue packages were pretty. They were good at just kind of riding the line where it was like, okay, they got warmer with their guesses. They got the boy banders in there. Even somebody guessed Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. I think Jenny really put it together when the s'more had dumbbells and was doing a workout. because in the past several years, I started an online fitness coaching company. And on my social media, I focus a lot on my fitness journey. So I think that was the clue that really tipped her off.
Well, speaking of that, I do a lot of research on people I'm interviewing you. So I was checking your Instagram. It's barely safe for work. You're heating it up over there. Talk about this wellness company that you started. You stepped away from performing for a little bit. I mean, you really are focused on this wellness journey, both physically and mentally, and helping people around the world. Talk a little bit about that, because we all want to look like that.
Well, thank you. You're far too kind. I have stepped away from performing for several years after I did my last Broadway show and Wicked the musical. I moved home to focus on being a dad. And then the pandemic hit and the world shut down and nobody could even go to the gym. So to be honest, it started as kind of an experiment, because I've been on a 25-year-long fitness journey myself. And I started fitness coaching people online. And then through the pandemic, here we all were working out from our living rooms together. And I started connecting with people that had followed my career from my past, people in my fan base. And now I'm making like an even deeper impact with these people, focusing really also too on the benefits to our mental health. Because I think with fitness, you're playing the long game, and you want to focus on like, how can you actually fall in love with this as a lifestyle? I think in the pandemic, especially, mental health became such a concern, and the benefits of physical exercise to our mood. It's our best natural antidepressant. You get a 12-hour mood boost after each exercise session, really focusing with people on the benefits of to mental health. And then here we are years later, and hundreds of people have joined from all over the world, and it became this incredible online movement. And when I started it, it was kind of early. Like, some people had heard of online coaching. A lot of people didn't know what it was yet. More people are doing it now. But I think a lot of people also through the pandemic realized we can work virtually with people. We can do a lot more in the virtual world than maybe we ever realized before. So it's really been an incredible chapter of my life. It's been deeply rewarding to work with people one-on-one.
That's incredible. And just to bring it back to the show, what was it like to be a part of this experience and meet with everyone backstage? And there's vocal coaches and choreographers and producers. What was that backstage experience like for people who don't get to see all of that?
The whole Masked Singer team is amazing, from the choreographers to the vocal coaches, the producers. It was actually the best experience I've ever had in entertainment. Because some productions aren't always so accommodating or so nice and welcoming and friendly. It was the best experience I've ever had. And also too, with the challenge of stepping back into the world of performing, having taken a break from it, there were a lot of nerves for me. I haven't been on stage in several years now. So I do feel like I was able to use a lot of the peak performance techniques that I teach as a coach to really bring my best self and my best performance as the s'more. And the whole team was really there to support me in that process. And it was just, I think it's one of the best shows, if not the best show on television. I think it's so fun.
And we got to see you sing All or Nothing. What a way to cap it.
Yes. What a way to celebrate that time in my life. A nod again to the boy band past. What a way to go out on disco night and then sing All or Nothing. It was so cool. The whole experience in general was just, it was an honor and a privilege to be a part of something like this.
Well, it was fun to see you up there as s'more, and congrats on everything, Ashley. And thanks for stopping by and chatting with Gold Derby today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It was great to chat. Thank you, Denton.